Well, as we know, Rahul Gandhi plans to go to Lakhimpur accompanied by two chief ministers. But here's some development. The Lucknow Police has requested the Delhi Police to not allow Rahul Gandhi to come to Lucknow as permission to him has been denied. Section 144 is in place. He was planning to take either the roadway or take a flight and land in Lucknow. But beyond Lucknow, he would not be allowed to move. In fact, if he takes the flight, he will not be allowed to step out of Lucknow airport. As a precautionary measure to ensure he does not even take the road trip, what is being told to a Delhi police is that do not allow Rahul Gandhi to cross the border. That's the information which we are getting. Pranshu will be joining us in a short while from now with details. But a short while back, we saw Rahul Gandhi doing a press conference where he said that despite the restriction, he wants to go and try and meet the family of the deceased farmers. With him on stage and also accompanying him would be the Chief Ministers of Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel, and of Punjab, Charanjit Singh Channi. He said that Section 144 means that 5 people will not be allowed, but I am only going with a delegation of 3 people, and therefore that rule or that doesn't apply to us. But clearly the state administration is not in a mood to allow any more passions to flare up. The argument which is being given by the state administration is that if more and more leaders start reaching the spot, it's only going to provoke more. And in fact, Pranshu is with us. Pranshu, yes, the details. So the idea is that he would not be allowed to cross the Delhi border should he want to travel by road.
Well, yes, the Lucknow Police Commissioner D.K. Thakur, he has clearly said that permission for Rahul Gandhi to come out in Lucknow, that has not been given. Section 144 is also imposed around the airport area, and therefore he says that, this request has also been made to Delhi Police that if possible, and Delhi Police could prevent his departure from Delhi or could stop his entry if he's taking the road route, then stop his entry into UP border. So this is the request that has been made. We'll have to see that whether Delhi Police, helps out in some way or let the Lucknow Police handle the entire situation once Rahul Gandhi, if he's actually allowed to, reach the Lucknow airport.
But obviously, you must have heard the press conference of Rahul Gandhi where he said, I'm going to go. Section 144 doesn't apply to me because I'm going with only 2 other people and it's just a delegation of 3. Obviously, this argument may not cut ice with the administration.
Yes, that's right. See, in fact, had it not been Rahul Gandhi, all of the movement is going on. Flights are arriving at airport. Passengers are, of course, getting out of airport. The question remains about Rahul Gandhi. So, even if he's alone, even if he is with 2 people or more than 3 people, the idea basically is to not allow Rahul Gandhi come out of the airport because government feels that if he's out of airport, there is already a lot of Congress workers out there and it could again result into another political flashpoint. And the government actually at this stage doesn't want another, flashpoint being created in Uttar Pradesh. One already underway in Sitapur, where Priyanka Gandhi is at the police guest house and hundreds of Congress workers are outside it. So they clearly don't want that sort of scene to be enacted anywhere, either outside the Lucknow airport or say anywhere else in Lucknow, or maybe on its route to Lakhimpur via Lucknow. So that's the reason why they want to cordon him off inside the airport premises itself.
Okay, we've also got Narendra Taneja of the BJP joining us. Mr. Taneja, if the Trinamool Congress and the Bhim Party could visit the spot, why not Rahul Gandhi?
You see the point that those are the decisions taken by the local administration, keeping in view, for instance, the purpose and the agenda of the individual or the political party concerned. Those are not the kind of decisions taken in Delhi or even in Lucknow. So it all depends on that. What exactly is the agenda? What exactly is the purpose? Is it only to create a new flashpoint, or is it only for the sake of media and so on and so forth? We have seen already the last few days, the government, the local authorities have spoken with the farmers. Farmer leaders have been there. Some of the tallest farmer leaders have been there, and the issues have been resolved. So you see the point is the responsibility of the state government to maintain law and order. Law and order, security of the people, including farmers, that's the principal objective. But we all know when some leaders, for instance, have nothing to do with the farmers, nothing to do with the agriculture, nothing to do with the area, want to go there, it's very easy to, make out what exactly could possibly
Mr. Taneja, one simple question which the opposition is asking, and I would want to know, is that, he's mentioned in the FIR and the murder charge has been applied to the MOS's son. Why is it that he's not even been picked up or even detained, a call in for questioning at the police station?
You see, once an FIR is filed, then the law takes its own course. Is
Okay.
basically once it is filed, then is for the officers concerned, the agencies concerned, they will take the call. In India, once an FIR is filed, it's out of the hands of any minister, however powerful you may be. Now the point is, FIR is there, law is going to take its own course. We have seen in the past, once an FIR is filed, sometimes it can take time, sometimes it can take a long time, sometimes things are resolved very fast. So we all need to, as citizens of the country, we all need to have faith in A, the law and order machinery, and 2, our legal system. That's how it works.
But do you get a sense that the more you detain Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and you'll have the Congress leaders making a beeline there, there are protests taking place, it actually helps a case? Wouldn't it have been better if she's allowed to go?
No, these are 2 different issues, completely different issues. We all know elections are coming. And there are people, politicians, including politicians who otherwise have no base on the ground. Have they no base, no base on the ground. So basically looking for some kind of political traction so that they can become a little bit more influential in the coming elections. Everybody knows that. Priyanka ji, how many times she goes there? How many nights she has spent in Uttar Pradesh, for instance? I'm talking of the welfare of the people. If there is some opportunity, she likes to go there because the TV cameras will be there. If not, at least she can film her own self and then put that on YouTube and so on and so forth. The point is that politics means you have to go with the people, you have to work among the people. Living out of Europe and Shimla and New Delhi, you can't become the next Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh.
That is not entirely a very fair comment to make, but thank you very much, Mr. Narendra Taneja. Pranshu continues to remain with us. He's reporting from the spot. Pranshu, the question which Rahul Gandhi raised at a press conference, if the TMC or the Bhim party is allowed to meet and calmly and quietly come back, why are we being stopped? What is the political reasoning behind a calculation of the BJP? What's their strategy?
Not just only the 2 MPs from TMC, the Bhim party chief, but even the RLD chief Jayant Chaudhary was allowed to visit the spot and meet the family members. 2 leaders which have been parties that have been very categorically targeted and not allowed to go have been the Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh and of course the Priyanka Gandhi and now also Rahul Gandhi. So I think the reason could actually be, see, these are the mainstream political parties and the BJP probably fears that Akhilesh visiting Lakhimpur or Priyanka or Rahul Gandhi visiting Lakhimpur might actually result in situation going out of their hand with these leaders. At the end of the day, what happens if they they say that they are sitting on a dharna or they refuse to actually leave Lakhimpur? So I think this sort of the analysis or the possibility is something which has refrained the BJP from allowing these leaders to go there. The another thinking, politically very important, is that I've been speaking to BJP leaders and they feel that the sort of the traction which Priyanka Gandhi is getting and how she is emerging as the face of political opposition in the backdrop of Lakhimpur incident, that also suits BJP to an extent that at least the main opposition party, Samajwadi Party, has not got all the limelight.
Exactly.
And Priyanka has far shadowed Akhilesh Yadav. So this is also the thinking that is now, dawning upon the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yes, I was going to ask you this question, that where is Akhilesh Yadav?